Hi everybody, welcome back to You Tips for You. Well, today I want to talk to you about a really important exercise everyone should do. I only found out about these exercises after I had my first child, but I wish I had known sooner because they are so important to the health of your lower body, the pelvic floor area. The exercises I'm referring to are called Kegels. If you've never heard of them before, they are exercises that strengthen the pelvic floor area. And your pelvic floor is the area below your belly button, between your pubic bone and your butt bones that you sit on. It's the whole bottom area that goes between your butt and your vagina, if you're a woman, and everything in your pelvis sort of rests in there. Here we have a skeleton of the human body. The pelvic floor, as I'm talking about to you, is right under here. This is the pelvis, and it holds all of your organs and your intestines, uterus, things like that. And then along the bottom of this area, supporting all of those organs, is the pelvic floor, and it goes from the front to the back in this area, and it goes all along here. And here's your sit bones, and these are your pelvic bones. And below here, this area that's supporting like a little cup here of muscle, that's what we're trying to strengthen. You're going to need a strong pelvic floor throughout your life. It's very important for bladder control to help prevent incontinence. Incontinence, for those of you that are not familiar with it, is when you sneeze or cough and urine sometimes leaks out, or in general, if just daily activities can, for some people, cause urine to leak out, walking, running, whatever. That's caused by inefficient or weak pelvic floor muscles. You can help that situation if you're suffering from that by strengthening your pelvic floor. It also helps enhance sexual function in both men and women. And they're super easy to do. It's an internal exercise, so no one sees what's going on from the outside. So you can do them anywhere. In the classroom, sitting on the train, lying in your bed, wherever you want, you can do them, and as often as you would like, you can do them. The more, the better. I like to do mine lying down in the morning when I wake up. I would suggest you empty your bladder always before you do them. You don't want to have that extra pressure coming in against your bladder. And then begin by trying to do a set of, say, 12 to 15 of them. So how do you know how to do them? Well, there's a pretty easy way to figure out what muscle you're working with. And next time you use the bathroom to urinate, if you cut off the flow of urine to stop yourself from urinating, you're using your pelvic floor muscles to do that. That's exactly the muscle that we're going to use to squeeze up when we're doing the Kegels in order to strengthen it. It also affects the muscles under your butt area. So if you've ever, and don't laugh, but if you've ever tried to hold in gas, like if you had to pass gas and you're at a party or something or in a crowded area and you had to hold that back, you're contracting those muscles in and around the pelvic floor, and you'll feel them in the butt area too, as well as in the vagina area when you're trying to squeeze to hold something in. So if you can practice that for a second, then you know the muscles that I'm talking about. I don't recommend that you practice cutting off the flow of urine. That's just a one-time test to figure out what muscles it is that I'm talking about so that you know how to contract your pelvic floor muscles. But you shouldn't be doing that on a regular basis. So I'm going to do them now. You won't know that I'm doing them. You can't see that I'm doing them, but I just want to give you a feel for how you should count and breathe. So say you're sitting down. You're going to squeeze those pelvic floor muscles and you're going to lift them up. And I like to feel like I'm lifting some. So when I raise my hand up, it sort of makes me feel like I'm lifting them higher and higher. And you hold them. So you squeeze and you lift higher, 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 higher. You can almost get to the point where you literally can't squeeze higher anymore. And then I want you to slowly let the muscle out. You don't just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze up and then let it down. You want to squeeze up. You can even hold it for a second and then gently let it open and squeeze down. Then, because sometimes we hold our breath when we do things, I want you to take a few breaths. To just sort of let the tension out and make sure you're not holding your breath, and then you can get ready for the next one. And then I want you to just raise up, envision yourself pulling up from the bottom, from your vaginal area, your buttocks area, and just a string pulling it up, and you're squeezing your butt, and you're squeezing your muscles inside your vagina, inside the area that you urinate from, inside your butt, and you're lifting and you're squeezing them tight as long as you can. You bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. Hold it for a second and then just sort of let it go. You can also do little mini ones. By that I mean little clenches and release. You clench and release. And then do about 10 squeeze and releases in a row, the quicker ones, and then just take some deep breaths. And if you start your morning with 15 of those nice long pull up, like a string is pulling up, slow ones, and then maybe 10 of those quickies, that's really good. And maybe you can try to do them later on in the day. You will see improvement if you are suffering from incontinence in any way or leaky urine. You will see improvement in sexual function. It takes a little time. Definitely do them for a while. If you're a new mom, you just had a baby, make this an everyday thing for you. You really need to get back that strength in your pelvic floor. The baby's been sitting on that pelvic floor for 9 months. It's a lot of weight, and you want to strengthen that muscle again and get it back to its good fighting shape. Okay? So please subscribe because I have so much more to come, something of interest to everyone, and please visit me at my blog spot where I do a lot of writing. And I'm also on Facebook and Twitter, so please visit me there and we can stay connected there as well. Okay, thanks so much for viewing. Bye-bye now. Click the video to learn how to close your recti split and subscribe here too.